2, 3. Give me a 1, 2, 3 to make sure that mic's working.
1, 2, 3.
All right, looks like we're working good. All right. And you go first? Yeah. So, my first question is like, what are you doing here at Adidas Eurocamp?
Well, I play on the 3SSB circuit, like a lot of the American guys. So, like, I got put on the world team, which was unique. Like, I don't play with other European players. But what I'm here for, most of all, is an opportunity to showcase my talent in front of NBA coaches and get better. I think we were being coached as high level, with as high level guys as they are. Like, you got guys like Rico Hines, you got NBA, like every single coach is an NBA coach. I feel like when you're put at that level, the only way you wouldn't learn something is if you don't ask questions. And I'm a huge question asker. I love asking questions, love talking to people. I think that's really the only way you can learn. You gotta be a sponge.
Exactly. And for you, how has this, partnership with Adidas helped you, and how has it grown?
I mean, so initially, the way I got put on my 3SSB team, which started my journey with Adidas, was I sent Wildcat Select my film, and I asked them to let me try out. And then from then on, I started building a relationship. 15U year, didn't really play a lot, and then 16U year, I broke out. Really, I went from 0 offers to now I got 34 in a summer, and then I'm really grateful for Adidas for putting me on that platform to have the opportunity to fulfill my dreams of playing basketball professionally. And I think college is a stepping stone to that. But I tell everybody who's talked to me, basketball is one of the most beautiful things in the world because it has the ability to bring people together that never should be in the same room. I feel like even us three shouldn't be in the same room. I'm playing with kids who from Japan, China, Senegal. It's really beautiful how that ball over there has a knack for bringing people together, and you can learn a lot about somebody when you play basketball with them. That's just my opinion, though.
For you, I know your parents are, correct me if I'm wrong, Lithuania, right?
Serbia,
my apology. I know that you have foreign parents. How, and you being a kid from Ohio, how did that love for basketball get instilled in you, and that hunger? I'm from around the same area where LeBron from, so I've been around basketball damn near my entire life. It's been my cousin, she played professionally overseas, and she coaches now. She's assistant coach for the women's team at Vermont. So I've been around basketball my entire life, and I'm one of those kids. It's not like I picked it up late. For some reason, I don't know what it was, but my dad says I was born with it. He says that I was born with the want to play basketball. I knew what I wanted to do when I was a little kid. If you look, my dad has these little papers I used to do as a kid. You guys probably did them too. What do you want to be when you grow up? Every single time, NBA player. There's not one I didn't write it on. So basketball has always been something that I wanted to do. And then up until last year, I was saying, I didn't really know if I could. And I had a lot of self-doubt. There was a lot of things that were going through my mind about whether or not I could really do this. And then after I got my first high major Division I offer, it really opened my eyes. And then from then on, it really just skyrocketed. And now I got the confidence to know that I can get there. I got the ability to. For you, you're talking to you, you're an incredibly humble guy. And for you, you have a very well-rounded game. First off, what is your natural position in your mind, and who are some players that you take influence from that have made you the player that you are? My natural position, I think, is a 4. 6'10", 6'11", I'm a 4-man, but I really think I can play from any position, you say, well-rounded, my ability to handle the rock. I can be a wing, I can be a point guard when I'm passing the ball. There's a lot of room for what you want to call me, really put me at whatever I feel I can excel. But I think one of the biggest mentors to me, which wasn't really game but was more mental, was Kevin Garnett. He kind of got the same build. He wasn't really big like that, but his mentality is something that I try to take as much as I can. I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to watch me, but I'm a dog. Dunk on somebody, yell in their face, I take pride in that. I think mentality is a big separator, because if you don't think that you can dominate at any level, then you aren't, and you really got to have that self-confidence. You got to read his autobiography if you haven't. KG A to Z. Okay. Great book. It's talking about that mentality. You got a question?
Yeah. NBA coaches, obviously, you're around the entire time that you're here, but if you look along the baseline on each side, there's scouts from almost every NBA team. what do you want to prove to those guys? Like, there's obviously an opportunity to show new things you developed. And second question to that is, like, is there anything you've heard from your coaches of, like, hey, if you want to take that next step, here's what you need to work on?
I mean, I've talked to them yesterday. I had a good game. They really just tell me to maintain that aggression. I think that NBA coaches aren't looking for kids out here that are going to drop 30 every game, that are going to, like, they're looking for kids that are going to play hard and try to play the right way the entire time. One thing I want to show coaches, most of all, like, we're 17 years old. They're not going to see us for another 5 years if we want to get drafted at the age of 22. So, like, I think the opportunity is there for them to see who really wants to learn, who's willing to improve. And I think that, like, I've been asking questions every single practice, every single drill. If I'm confused about something, I don't care who I have to ask, because I mean this one, like, from the bottom of my heart. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to run through a wall. Like, literally, I don't care. It's been my dream since I was a kid. I put my life on the line for this stuff, bro. I don't care.
A lot of the things that when we talk to NBA GMs and scouts, they look for the things that are not on the court. Watching you yesterday, very, very clear. Like, you are the alpha on the court. You're the one, the loudest. You're talking to teammates, even on the bench. You're yelling out coverages and watch this. Have you always been that vocal, or is that something you picked up with time?
I appreciate that. I think it kind of came with time. When I was little, I was actually a really shy kid. Like, I didn't really like talking like, period. I used to hide behind my dad because I was a bigger kid. I was always tall, but, like, I would hide behind my dad and stuff like that. I didn't like talking to people. But I think what really developed is, like, when you start really, like, loving something, when you start putting your whole heart and soul into it, you care about every aspect of the game. And teammates are an aspect of that. And I think teammates are the biggest thing that makes you better, and they can be one of the reasons why you don't succeed. The last thing I want to do is be the reason why one of my teammates lacks confidence. And I think I'll be the first person to say somebody hits a three, I'm the loudest guy to celebrate for them, just like I am for myself, because I know that these kids have the same aspirations that I do, and they're willing to do the same thing that I'm willing to do. So I just try to, like, if I'm there, we got the same jersey on, that means we go into war together, and you my brothers, so I'll do whatever I can to help my teammates out.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little surprised that you said you were a big kid growing up, because watching you play, you remind me of a kid that grew up as a guard and then had a growth spurt and kept the skills, like, smooth lefty jumper, comfortable.
I appreciate
with the ball.
that.
Like, that's hard to do. A lot of times kids, when they're bigger, their coaches say, oh, you're big, you're a 5, sit in the post, and everything. Like, were you in a position where you had coaches that allowed you to do that kind of stuff? Or how did you develop this, like, perfect modern 4?
Well, so for me, the biggest thing was just how I trained, like, growing up. Like, I have a relentless work ethic. I think I probably work harder than I like to say anybody here. I spend all the hours I can in the gym, and I'll push myself to exhaustion for it, just like Kobe said. I don't care. So for me, what really changed my perspective was I went to some basketball camps when I was little. I don't know if you guys ever heard about NEO Youth Elite in Northeast Ohio. And I had an opportunity to go there and watch those kids, and I was like, man, like, these kids are really ahead of me. And then there was a situation, my dad likes to talk about this, right before COVID started, and he was like, hey man, I just started playing video games a lot, and I don't play video games at all anymore, but I'm about to tell you why. He said, hey, you either want to, like, play basketball or play video games, because before I got an Xbox, I was outside every day for 4 or 5 hours, come inside, eat, come back, hoop, like, every day. That was all I did. I think I ran through, like, 4 or 5 basketball hoops by the time I was, like, 8 years old. Like, I really just spent my whole life doing it. And then I went downstairs and literally ripped all the cords out of my Xbox and slammed it on the table. I said, Dad, I'm never going to touch it again. And it's been collecting dust in my dad's closet ever since. So for me, like, that step has really just been work. Like, there has been moments where my coaches tell me, go play on the block, go do this, go do that, when I was in youth basketball. But that didn't really change how I trained. Like, I would never just go in there and do that. Like, I always worked on ball handling, and when I was little, I was like a baby giraffe. I was goofy as hell. Like, I couldn't dribble the ball right and do all this stuff, but it really came together after that. And once I started working at it and getting it down, and then I think getting in the game and having coaches that really believed in me, like Coach Garvey at Western Reserve, letting me play like that, I think
and having the confidence that I can do that is been a huge thing for me.
That's all for me.
Follow that up. Who's your GOAT / all-time top 5?
Oh, okay. The GOAT is LeBron James. My GOAT, my personal GOAT, is Kobe Bryant. I mean, like, Kobe Bean has just been such a, like, he's just been like such a ray of sunshine in the basketball world for like the entirety of his career. I think when he died, a little bit of basketball died. Like his influence on the game, and then all the modern players who look up to him. Like, you think about all the good dudes now. Jason Tatum was going to the NBA Finals. Dude mentored under Kobe Bryant. Kyrie mentored under Kobe Bryant. Like, his influence on the game, I think, is really just unprecedented. And then, I mean, the hoop shoes. Kobe got the best hoop shoes on the market when it comes to Nikes. Best number.
Kobe shoe.
Oh, I gotta say the Sixers.
I agree.
I gotta say the Sixers. The Sixers are probably my favorite. Yeah.
And just around the top 5 all time.
Oh, top 5 all time. Oh my gosh, people gonna hate me for this. Let's go. Cause like I used to be, I'm still torn. There's times where like 6 months stretch, so I'll be like Jordan the GOAT. I watched the Jordan documentary. But I gotta say, based off statistic, we gotta go Bron, Jordan, and then right after Jordan, you got his damn near double, Kobe Bryant. After Kobe, I gotta go Kareem, and then, oh my gosh, this fifth spot always get me. Let me think. I gotta go Magic. I gotta go Magic.
KG?
I mean, KG's top 15, but like I can't say he's top 5. That's crazy work. That's
That's all I got. You got anything else?
Good.
Yeah, you go. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, dude.
Yes, sir.
Best of luck, man.